Hey folks, welcome back to Timberpunk, and last time we were just building up our little dam here to protect us from the bad water that's potentially going to come from this unstable core exploding in the future, and something that I want to do as kind of a safety net. It may or may not be unnecessary. I'm not entirely sure. We are very low on logs. We need to have a look at that, I think. And one of the things we're going to do, which might help us, is to cut down some of these trees. Apart from the fact that a beaver's going to have a very long trek getting over here. So we're going to cut down some of these trees. We're going to get ourselves over to this island here, and we're going to remove some of these blockages. Now these are actually natural dams, so the bad water should be able to flow through here. These are blockages, so it can't get through here. So my concern is that there's not enough capacity for backwards flow here. There should be. But I'm a little bit worried. There's actually more gap than I thought here, so we might be okay. So I might make this a low priority job. We'll just make it so this guy doesn't do anything if there's nothing to do. Yeah, but the goal will be to get over here and get these taken out, and this blockage actually could be the problem. That's the thing we probably want to target, so that's something that they'll work on slowly. We actually don't need them to worry about those. Thank you very much. So someone did ask, so we can slightly straighten that path. No, we can't because of that. Someone did ask whether beavers can take out thorns. Yes, they can. The injury rate is just incredibly high. So I think if... No. Sorry, so that was a delivery arriving. It's not. So with a lot of things, it tells you the injury rate. With clicking on demolish on those, it does not. So, yeah. Other things I want to achieve today. Oh, so we need to focus on this guy. We've got 4 days before this explodes. So, thank you for the person that reminded me. We needed to deal with the dirt block under here. And so I think what we'll do is we'll just put some platforms there, get that in, and we'll be able to do that. We're almost at the point we can detonate that, which is good. So let's grab this guy. You can literally just sit on the end there, I guess. We will need to... It doesn't like when I copy buildings that have rules, they get unhappy. But we're going to grab you, and I guess we could probably put those... We might have issues with access unless I move this bot part storage. So you could go there. Let's get you done. You could go there. You could go there. And we just need storage for the chassis. Could go there. That would all be fine. And I'm going to set these to empty. So that'll clear that out, and we could then move the food production to there. Like that idea. So let's let the game run a little bit and get that done. Let's go watch this unstable core blow, shall we? Just because it's a cool explosion. Come on. Here we go. Boom. So it makes a big hole. And then, yes, we've got 2.5 days to resolve this one. We've got our 2 smelters in, so we're going to get rid of you and you. That shouldn't cause us any issues, and we'll start picking up those resources. The bot head storage is in, so I'm going to delete you. I'm going to run the game a little bit slower while I think, because it helps me think, I know. Bot chassis storage is in, so you can go. Bot limb storage is in, so you can go, although maybe you don't need to actually with where you are, so we'll just leave you there. So we get a bit more limb storage, which is fine. Right, again, let's pause to think, and we're going to go you there, and let's just copy the rules across, and then we've got the one for the fermented mushrooms. Not much room for it there. Anyone? Anyone? I'm going to change how I've laid that out. So we're going to do that there. We're going to do that tucked in there. Let's do you. Let's do you. Ideally, we'd move these as well. But the world is often not ideal, so for now, that will do. If we click on that, so we need to remove those. And we've got most of that replicated over here. What we need is more power generation. And I've got a long-term plan for that, but it's not going to help us in the short term. So let's come across here and we'll put in a few steam engines. Hoping, come on game, come on, wake up. Hoping 4 is going to be enough. That will generate us 1600 HP, which is decent. Right, let's run on. Let's detonate you. So that's that. We have a tiny bit of dirt. I'm going to use a dirt block in here because I think it'll look better. So let's prioritize you. We then want to prioritize the food. You are a dynamite storage. Let's get you. I want it all. Everything's a priority. Therefore, nothing's a priority. Yep. 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 You are going to go to work. Digging those out. And we'll see if this is an issue. We'll have a little bit of time. I mean, we could open this up and the bad water could come this way and this way. So we have options. We have options, folks. Ord supply is holding, which is good. Yeah. Bot numbers are slowly creeping up. You might be wondering why I'm not using some of my science. So we've got a reasonably good supply of metal. and I meant to copy the rules across from the smelters. I'll have to grab them from my other save. Oh well, not a problem. We've got a reasonably good supply of gears and metal. If we had more explosives, we could go cap this guy, or put a bad water discharge on it and permanently open it, because I think this goes soon, and that would give us permanent power, which would be quite useful. Right, we've got 1.6 days. Those are in, which is good. That's almost built, which is good. That just needs logs. So let's give those a priority bump. You can be deleted. You need to go in and then basically time to, or we need bot charging. We'll build that in a second. But we're just going to delete all of that. And then click on this guy. So we have some pathing, which is going to be an issue. You need to be set to empty. I don't know if we have space for it. Yep, we do. You are just going to be deleted. We're going to prioritize. You're going to be deleted. What are you? Some fermented and some cassavas. So we don't have storage for those. That's all of our storage for fermented cassavas. So let's do fermented cassavas set to supply. You're going to be cassavas set to obtain. You're going to be mushrooms set to obtain. You're going to be fermented mushrooms set to supply. And we're just going to delete all of you. We're going to make picking up all of this a high priority task. Click on that, and we then need to, we'll leave those bits of path for a little while. Click on that again. We will need to create some paths around things. So we've got enough science to put that there. Path around that. That'll be fine. So we've got a path that goes round it once they've picked up as much as they can. That's kind of what we need them to do, is to pick up as much as they can. We've got some spare beavers, so get those going. Yeah. We have got enough bad water to make enough explosives to make the discharge. Particularly if I pause this guy. It just might take a while, and I don't know if we'll get it made in time, which is why I'm keen on making these, because we've got a decent amount of resources. We've got a lot of logs that need cutting down. Why are you all paused? What rule is saying that you should be paused? Ready to collect greater than or equal to 1. District capacity for logs. District stock of logs is less than the district. I've got it set to Oh, I've got them the wrong way round because I'm a dummy. If you spotted that last time, well done. What we can do actually is script. Yeah. I'm a dummy. Save. Okay. Discard. Save. I basically told all of my lumberjacks to not work when there are trees to be cut. Which is kind of counter to what we need them to be doing. So you guys are going to pause because we need trees to be cut down. So let's also apply that to you, please, because we want you to be cutting trees as well. And I think we'll put in some bonus lumberjacks, because from here they can reach quite a bit. And that should help, shouldn't it? Because there's a few trees to cut down there. Just one or two. It's not like the other save where I completely ignored the fact that we didn't have trees. Right, so probably we want to now apply the rules to those. Why aren't you... what's wrong with you? Not connected by a path. Oh, that makes sense. Let's connect you by a path. And off you lot go. And I guess we also need to prioritize. Oh, there's probably almost no power to run all of that, is there? Yeah. That'd be an issue. Let's prioritize that. Let's prioritize getting these built. Yeah. We're very low on bots because there's no bot charging. Science bots. Put one there. Put one there quite easily. Put one there quite easily. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Delete that path. Delete that path. You are going to die, Mr. Beaver. Do not cross that area. Delete rubble. Come on, game. Get off of that area. There we go. So that's the effect it has. So we want to prioritize building that, please. Thank you very much. Because I think we've managed to disconnect ourselves from lots of things. I'm not sure we can actually easily reconnect ourselves to lots of things, but we're going to put beavers in that. And they can build that, which will reconnect us. There we go. Reconnected. Put beavers in there. And beavers in there. Beavers can build these, and that will get the bots re-energized. and that will really help. So, Buddy's cutting down his trees. So yeah, it's a bit of a... Just checking nothing else lit up. Obviously, if you've got bad water coming through here still, we've got 8.5 days to get that bit of dirt placed. It becomes a bit of a faff. But what we've got now is more water being stored. Until we get stuff blocked off. So, okay, why does it think we have excessive supply? This is where it built this before it built the rest of the tunnels, yeah, which it now can't get to. Apologies for being slightly chaotic, folks. As I've said in many of my recent videos, life is very busy at the moment, so... I appreciate all of you watching me stumble my way through sometimes playing this game. Mr. Mapmaker is making me... He's challenging me today. He's challenging me today. And food's good, water's good, bad water's good. What are we short? We're not short of any resources, so if you could come finish this, beavers, that would be lovely. Come on, one of you. There we go. Thank you. Then we can put that on top, and we can make that a high priority. I'm pretty sure we literally have all of the resources we need. Just need them to come build them because everything's running so inefficiently. If we had a bigger workforce, I'd be tempted to get them to do stuff to like grind on the power wheels, but there's literally no point. So let's get them to build this one. Let's make sure we're prioritizing them by haulers. I've got smart power back now, which is nice, and that was updated today. So we're going to make these a second priority to build. Come on guys, you can do it, because we can then get our bots up and running again. Another one there. Come on, you can do it. One metal block. You've got the one metal block that we need. Oh, now someone come build it. It's not going to sleep until it's built. There we go. So, industry should now be a little bit more efficient. But this is why I said we want gravity batteries, because they will sit idle a lot of the time. Let's now do you high priority, and these slightly lower priority. That will start that process recovering. Yep. That's good. That terrain block is not in yet. We've got 7 days, which is fine. Let's recover ourselves to the situation we need to be in. We need a lot more beavers at the moment, but, you know. We've still got a steady supply of kohlrabi, so we're okay. Power is powering, so that's good. We've built enough of those. So we're now getting the generators built, or not the generators, the recharging stations built. So that'll be good. 4 of those we've only got 9 bots, so that'll be okay. Normally, that would be okay. It'll take the bots a while to get recharged, but they will recharge. So they should get that done next, I think. We probably need to improve the efficiency of the path thing. So we probably want to reconnect along here for now. I think we'll do that with levies. So we'll do that. Yeah, we've got bots recharging. We've got 3 unused bots, so we'll throw those in there. Once they've recharged, that'll be good. The next thing we're going to do, and I'm slightly curious if power, don't think power will connect. Don't know if it'll connect there. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. So we'll see if that gets power. So they're working on this. Which is good. We have a reasonable stock of planks and gears. Scrap metal is full. This is back in, which is nice. So you could put the bridge back, but we won't bother. We will recover those. Come on. 4 more words, bots. So we'll throw those in there. Some of our crops are drying out, which is not great. And we've got 5 days to go. How many injured beavers have we got? 6. So we could just let them sit. Next time round, this will have water in it, but we will be pumping it out. So, but I'm not overly worried about food. We just need to process it, which we will get to once we've got more beavers. So I think we're going to be okay. Let's switch you as well. We'll just let there be the vacancies for bots. Right. Let's delete those 2 trees, and that'll let us start getting over here. We want to be able to demolish that. Oh, they're working on ripping thorns out now. That's kind of cool because we can get another water pump in here. We're still very short of beavers. But we've got 13 kits on the way, so that will give us a massive boost. I'm now wondering if we extend this, can we reach that? We can. Excellent. Which means we can probably reach that as well. And that by standing on that blockage, I'm guessing. Which means you, sir, can go home. You don't need to be doing your marathon trek across the map. And this will just give another route for dealing with this bad water flow. Ideally, in the long term, we'll move this back to push the bad water further back. But for now, I'm mostly just keen on making sure that we had things dealt with as best we could. So let's get rid of that as well. Yep. And let's have a look down here then. See if this worked. It did. Awesome. So the reason that I wanted to do that is so that we can move it to the side so it's not on the path, because I don't like them on paths. They look a bit messy. Let's demolish you. We'll run to there. I want to put some gravity batteries up here, say, to bank some of this power. We've got 4 days left in the current drought. What we'll do now is move this to here. So that it's as basically, I'm going to put more power wheels in here. And we need to have a crossing at some point, so it might as well be as close to one of the power wheels as possible, essentially. And then the next thing I want to do is start working across to here. And that's going to mean either deleting a load of thorns or bridging over them. And for kind of the long-term benefit, we'll start deleting thorns. We can now get another water pump in here. Why won't it let me place you? I can put you there. I think what we'll do is we'll put you out on a couple of platforms. Put you there. Just up the amount of pumping we can do during the not temperate cycle a little bit. So let's just run a path around there to start getting that ripped out. That's going in, so we're then going to need to get up here. And maybe tidy this up a little bit, but for now I think if we can just hang a couple of gravity batteries off the backside, we'll be okay. So let's build ourselves a temporary route up. I'll build something more permanent later on. Which will probably be tubeways. when we get into those. Hence using small warehouses, because this is a temporary thing and we might as well do it cheaply. Because cheaper is more better. Yep, that'll work. So we'll do tunneling. We'll put that guy there and then come all the way up here. Yep, to there. Come over there. Power. There, there. And then throw those guys there. And that'll just give us some sort of power storage capacity. Put you there. And we can get rid of that. And we can start thinking about building more 1, 2, 3 of these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do it in stages because they'll use up a lot of resources. But now everything food-wise looks a lot better. Water is looking pretty good. We just need the kits to grow up. We could probably help that with maybe another campfire. Maybe for now we could throw in some rooftop terrain. We need to boost the storage up a lot. Yeah. If we go up to 71, we're currently at 60. Is that because if we got a lot of incapacitated? Yeah, we've got 8 incapacitated beavers. So we might need to go even higher on the old population. But bot numbers are creeping up now, which is good. So if the explosives got a bit higher, that would be nice. I've not got time to do what I'd like to do. Right, we can delete or disconnect this path for now. So you guys are still pumping and helping keep us in water, which is great. Yeah, I think we really do just need a bigger population at this point. Maybe I unlock the large barracks. A few of those. We push the population even higher. I think we can support it. You guys don't need to be in there at the moment. Yeah, I think we can support a larger population. So, oh, we're up to 12 bots finally. Because I've not been dumb. That's going up. I think this will help a lot. It'll be good. That's those. Yep, that's those. That's okay. So this is done remarkably well. I'm kind of tempted to encourage them to clear out a bit more over here. In time, I've got a few demolishing jobs for them to do. Once we've got power a bit more sorted, I'll look at expanding the bot production. I'd just like to have things a little bit better than relying completely on steam engines. That's the word I was looking for. I'm pretty pleased with the water supply. The food supply looks pretty good. We can probably get into treated plank production, and we'll quite easily be able to put industry along here now we've put this in, because we can just swap one of these to be vertical things. That'll be fine. I'm just wondering why our planks were low, but have we not got many logs over here? No, we don't seem to have. Maybe you should be an obtain. I guess it's just because our logs are low in general. You should probably be obtains as well. You have the broken rules applied still, so let's grab that. We'll get rid of you, make sure that those are marked for cutting, and that will get us to those trees. Yep. Let's extend this path a little bit so they eventually get to those. You could cut down a few more trees, but it's not urgent. Nearly up to the top of that. I think they're probably... No, they're not building this as they go because they need to get a certain distance before they can. Yep, that's fine. So I've only got 4... I guess we've got nearly full haulers in here because this one is set to be low priority, which is fine. Yep, that'll be okay. I think what we're going to do is tell them to go up to 80. Say... Push the numbers a little bit higher. We'll probably end up above 80 with having so many breeding pods, but that's fine. We've got beds for 90, was that? In fact, because we've got some spare capacity, we'll do that. I'd rather have too many beds than not enough. So, yep. It's fine. Just trying to keep an eye on the time. I don't want to make another stupidly long video. Although some of you might not be too bothered by that. Different people prefer different lengths of things. So they've almost pumped that out in the very long drought. I'm not sure if it was very long, but either way, they've done a pretty good job of keeping up with our water demands. We're on 2.9 thousand water left. 2,900, not 2.9 thousand. It's not how people speak. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. We've got one more of these built, and what we're going to do is, although it's quite resource inefficient, it's space efficient. Run it like that. So yeah, it uses a lot of planks, but it's quite space efficient. Drought comes to an end, so we'll end up ripping the 10 haulers out of here. I might even just pause this because you guys know it will bug me with the unstaffed jobs. So we're going to get 14 beavers back, which will hopefully staff our water pumping adequately. We might be about to get to a state of positive bottage, which would be quite nice. They're also randomly doing deleting of stuff, I guess, while they wait for resources or access. Yeah, which is fine. And that's kind of why they've got the deleting jobs to do. I guess only one of them can build at a time up here. So, yeah. And that, I think, is the first time that we've come... You should be paused. Season equals temperate. Pause building. Do you not have rules? Pause. Because the spare beavers, I'd rather have hauling than doing science. So Wards comes back. Very nice, thank you. You're going to be paused so that that can fill up. I'm going to let this fill up a little bit before I unpause these. Yep. So this is now generating enough power for our demand, which is quite nice. These will kick back in, which is again quite nice. This will start to fill up again. Quite nice. This is just fine, it seems. I guess the downside of what I've done is the bad water from this one can come this way. But, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Unstable core, 25 days. This is what I was talking about with that. And basically, I want to take advantage of that. That for me is a positive. Rather than a negative. So, yep. These are going in, which is great. They are waiting on planks. So, make planks, beavers. Make planks. We might need more plank production capacity. Soon. TM. But we need more beavers for that. I think we'll get these guys going now. I have to bear in mind that this is a pool of beavers that we can pull from. And not have to worry that we're taking from them. So, but we should have these. They're not running efficiently. You should be prioritized by haulers. You should be prioritized by haulers. You are prioritized by haulers, but you're not being emptied. Because the idea is the haulers improve the efficiency. So I think we want to delete these and build a large water tank there. Set to supply. That's going to be a priority. So we can now tap into this for some free logs, which is kind of nice. So they're just waiting on the planks now. That'll be connected. This is just fine, which is cool. This is filling up, which is just cool. So over here, and here, and here. So as a risk mitigation activity, I'm going to come over here. And we're going to plan to cut through here and here. Because actually that's probably a quicker way to get, much quicker way to get access to here, for one. For two, if we find that the new flow overwhelms things, we can easily cut these two off. Just by blocking across here. This is all still connected, so yeah. So actually we're going to tell them to not bother with that. And we've got 3 days to a drought again. Yay! More planks, please, beavers. So storage is put them in the wrong places, and I've put the wrong things in. So we're going to put a pile there for planks set to obtain. Grab you, put you there as well. We're going to put a pile there for planks set to supply. We're going to do the same there. We're going to prioritize all of those. I am a little bit tempted. How deep is that? Not quite overflowing yet, I don't think. Nope. I am a little bit tempted to put more plank production here. But I don't think we've quite got the workforce for it. So, but planks is holding back just about everything at the moment. Planks are holding back just about everything at the moment. So, yeah. Maybe when the population is a little bit bigger, we'll look at that. We've almost got the workforce. I mean, we're using a lot of planks. Almost everything that we're building at the moment is using a lot of planks. So that is part of the challenge, I guess. But, you know, so we could now bang in He puts down another thing that uses planks. Another water pump up here. And there's every likelihood now we will pump out all of this. But equally, that's not a bad thing if we do. We've got a couple of 100 horsepower spare. So we could look at linking the other one of these in. If you're wondering why I'm not looking at using the normal aquifers yet, it's purely because of how much power they draw. We need a way of getting to that doesn't involve going over that guy. So we're going to need to delete you, I think. Yeah, these use 400 HP. So until we've got better power generation, which essentially is going to involve straightening this and having this capped, which hopefully is not too far away. Hopefully not too far away. Yeah. Right, so we've got our first grav battery in, which stores 24,000 HP. So we're going to have a 48,000 HP battery. So that's nice. Pretty pleased with that amount of power storage. We can now store 6,500 water. And hopefully the productivity should go up having that big water tank just there. It might not, but hopefully it will. We are spilling water there now, so we could maybe do with more water pumps in here. We're not keeping up with all of the trees that we've got here. These guys can't reach far enough. That's fine. These guys can't reach far enough either, so that's a problem. There's your problem. No one can reach the darn things. If you were typing that in the comments, well done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bosh, 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 bosh. That'll give us a bit more of a wood supply. Right, that's in. So I'm going to delete this monstrosity. Which will get us a load of logs back and some planks. Which is nice. Yeah, when did they build that? Oh well. I'm just going to delete those 3 logs. But yeah, that'll give us a nice little boost of resources. And let's hook that guy in as well. So it is a drought, so these are going to switch off, which is a little bit annoying, but these guys will kick in and take over. It looks like we could do... Oh, we just don't have enough beavers again. Yeah, we're massively short of beavers again. Housing. So we need treated planks to build those. So let's look at that, shall we? You wood workshop, because we have the pine resin now. let's make use of it. Still not taking that out. It's okay because we're going to have a whole drought to decide what we're doing with, well, not to decide, to plan for what we're doing with that, which is basically going to be you, and then we can get around that. We can go around there. We can go up there. Power. That's not power, that's metal. You there. You're there, boy. There. Delete you. You. Power. There. Delete that tree. There. Now let's connect that one in. And that's a 17-day drought starting. So, that lovely. It's interesting that they never get round to emptying that, even though it's a supply. Well, I find that interesting anyway. We've got 20 more days on that guy. So yeah, we can just think about blocking this off if we need to, if we find the flow is too much. I mean, we could easily enough plan for it by just going like that. And once we can get to it, that would allow us to control it. So if it's not a problem, then we can leave it open. If it is a problem, we can close it. Simples. So smart power will let the batteries drain down, recharge them, let the batteries drain down, recharge them. That's the way smart power lets things operate. So we've got these guys hooked in now. So put another one in, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. So that's going to keep draining our stock of planks. Extract. I've still got a couple of hundred extract, even though I've done that. But what we can do now, first thing we should do is put in a little store for treated planks. And then what we'll do is we'll start replacing the breeding pods with the advanced breeding pods. And that way we won't have to go through the kit phase, and we'll be able to keep our population in a much better state. Now we've got the 57 explosives. Not got the other components that we need. And we've not got there yet. So it's going to blast a pretty big hole that we're going to have to work around. But that will then let us look at constant power without needing these guys. Which is obviously one of the nice benefits of the Iron Teeth, is easy constant power. We're currently in a state of increasing water, which is very nice. The advanced breeding pods are only 5 treated planks, so if you, sir, would actually start treating some planks. I guess you need some planks to treat, don't you? There's your problem. There we go. You have an plank to treat. Maybe we'll just wait for you to stockpile a few first, huh? Now, if we... No, deleting that won't let you get around that. So we've got a bit of work to do there. We've got a bit of work to do here to get this up and running. This one as well would be nice to get up and running. We've got a lot of work to do clearing stuff out still. I always feel like I don't achieve as much as I would like to achieve in a video. What can we do well-being wise? We've got extract now, haven't we? I quite like the detailers. As someone with tattoos, I think they're kind of cool. Because essentially we're tattooing the beavers. I'm not sure how much of a boost they give, but we'll do one with that and one with that. So the different... I normally use the red one because the red's my logo. The gold one is from a series that I did where I had a colony of... I had a district of beavers that were a bit fancy. They need treated planks, but we're working on treated planks, so that's okay. We'll just make those a low priority because we don't actually have any treated planks yet because Buddy's slow. Why do we not have any corn rations? They're just eating them all. Oh, he's got 10% productivity. Dude, why are you so useless? Be better. That will have fixed that. I'm 100% sure me telling him to do better will have resolved that little productivity issue. I am so tempted to... No, let's not. I was so tempted to bridge over that, but I don't think we will. But let's run on triple speed. And now they're going to be able to jink round that one. And hopefully demolish a few of these at a time. I'm not sure where the rest of our... Oh, they're up here doing that, even though that was a low priority job. Fair enough. I guess you could be brought back to life. Except you've got the broken rules, so... you can reach a few of those trees, and let's give them a few more of these to remove. But I'm going to make that low priority because I'm sure there's other stuff you should be doing, beavers. Like the stuff over here I've asked you to do. How is that too far? Oh, because I'm a dummy. There we go. So that'll suddenly get done. Because the dummy stopped being a dummy. Let's disconnect that there. I mean, I'm kind of amazed those are even working at 40% productivity, to be fair. We've actually got spare beavers at the moment, which is kind of a miracle. We've now got 5 treated planks. Let's start the process of replacing the breeding pods. This will take a while, obviously. But you are going to get a priority bump over other things. Right. You can go in there and then they can now do a bunch of this stuff. Hey, look at that. Would you look at that? When you give them access to things, they can do the things. Would you believe that, hey? Would you believe that? When you give them access to the things, they can do the things. Just going to up the priority on the couple of bits of demolishing, because otherwise they do that last and it's really annoying. Oh, wow, they've built most of that already. In fact, they can build all of that already. Well, that's kind of cool, but we would like you to get the rest of the way in, please, folks. So that's done, that's done. How have you done that one but not that one? How is that too far from a district? Oh, because of where that is, I guess. Now they can get to it. Okay. Delete that, please. You've been asked nicely. Well, no, you've been told. Come on. Come on, baby. Right. There. Then we'll use that. And hopefully that'll get that connected up. Right. Pathing. Path. Footage. Will a triple get me across there? Do I want to unlock the 4x bridge? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it properly. And then we'll delete that one. Delete those. And that might be as far as we want to go until that explodes. And that might be as far as we go for today, because I've just realised I've been going for an hour and a quarter again, folks. Time flies when you're having fun. And I'm having a lot of fun on here. So apologies if you don't like them long. One of you informed me you like it long. And hey, I like them long sometimes too. So, but we are doing somewhat better. The treated planks are up. Let's swap another one of these over. The first of these is in, which is kind of cool. We do need the haulers to bring over the extract so they actually work. We've got 76 beavers plus 4 kits, so a population of 80, which is quite nice. Nearly 5,000 water stored with 10 days to go. And the ability to keep pumping still. We've actually got a few spare beavers. which feels kind of insane. These guys, some scrap metal storage. With a prioritized by haulers, please. Let's get some beavers grinding on that to get some science going. Go in. Now we're looking in here. We haven't had a look in here today. Okay, we're getting there. We've got a long way to go still, though. So let's get another beaver on that job. Although we are full on scrap metal, so we've got a tiny bit of dirt left. So let's put that to use, filling that in. And while we've got the opportunity, we've got 100 explosives. We've got a few hundred extract. Let's blast out a little bit here. Just to hold a little bit more bad water. I mean, technically, we don't need this because we're about to unlock permanent bad water, but you know, that might take us a little while to actually get that built. So, right, that's hooked up. So this is going to fill up now 25% faster. We're emptying it 50% quicker, but we've now got over 5,000 water stored. So even with our 80 beavers, if we do a quick bit of math, 80 times 2.1 is 168. So 5,000 divided by, let's even call it 200. We've got 25 days worth of water stored, so that's pretty nice. And on that note, folks, I'm going to call it a day. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comments, questions, suggestions, things I got wrong, stick them down below. I make mistakes. I know that. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I will see you guys next time.